Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with the one of the functionality called clone, correct?
Okay.
So basically, if you go to any one of the object record, whether it is account, contact, or whatever it may be,
Mm-hmm.
so there is a something button called clone,
Yes.
correct? So what it will happen? So if you say clone,
I will copy all the details from the parent object and clone it, but it will not clone the related list.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
So what is this button?
Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, same kind of functionality. So we are going to implement. So
Okay.
clone functionality. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, what we have to do programmatically. So whenever we are say account got cloned, so basically what we have to do internally is nothing but
Mm-hmm.
so the what record. So we are going to clone it. So get that record ID first. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
retrieve all those fields. Correct.
Yeah.
So create a account. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
save it and get all those related list either like contact or opportunity whatever it may be. So get all the related list. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
again create the related list and insert it up. Okay,
Okay.
correct. So this is how we are going to
Mm-hmm.
like clone a particular record, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll create one apex class.
This is a typical example in the real time scenario also.
Correct, yeah. So let's say go to apex class. Okay, so this is nothing but a class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we are going to do here, so this is a class, correct? So this constructor is nothing but whenever we are using this constructor, so because it means that so we are using extension, correct?
Yeah.
So whenever we are using extension, make sure we have to use this constructor. This constructor it will accepts apex pages dot standard controller, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
why this controller, why this class instance of this class is required is nothing but to get the
Mm-hmm.
ID of that particular record, correct?
Okay.
So ID of those particular record,
Mm-hmm.
correct? So this is a method. What we are doing is this method is nothing but so from these constructors. So basically we are getting the record ID, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we are getting the record ID. So
Mm-hmm.
once you got that particular record ID, so query the account, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So query the old account. What we are going to close that and create a new account, correct? So create a new
Yeah.
account. Okay, so then insert the account,
Yeah.
correct? So once
Mm-hmm.
that is done, so query the related list of those particular account. This is a related list of that particular account, right? Query the related list of those particular contact,
Mm-hmm.
correct? And
Yeah.
same thing, put a for loop and insert those things.
Okay.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
and so return back to the new account.
Okay.
Okay, so return back to the new or old account. So let's say return back to the new account.
Mm-hmm.
So how to go to the return back actually? For return back, so there will be one thing called page reference. So we'll discuss this one.
Okay.
So there is something called page reference. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So page reference is nothing but this is a class. So whenever if you want to navigate a class,
Okay.
okay, whenever you want to navigate from one page to another page, so
Mm-hmm.
basically we have to use a pagination.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Basically, we have to use a page reference.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
page reference it is a object actually. Okay,
Okay.
so which is a object which basically takes some ID parameter or basically it will take a URLs.
Okay.
Okay, this is a URLs, right? Slash
Mm-hmm.
and the record ID of the new account object, right?
Okay.
So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, once everything is done, so basically it is going to navigate to that particular newly created account.
Okay.
Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we can do, so create this particular class. So create this particular class, save it out. Okay, if you see one more thing here, so here basically we are creating a contact and we are putting it in contact list object, correct? So
Yes.
we are putting it in contact list. So we are not making any operations, DML operations within the for loop, correct?
Yes.
So we are not making any DML operation within the for loop. So that is one important thing. Okay. So once that is done, so we will create a page. Okay, page is standard controller is account, extension is nothing but this particular newly created class. Okay, so here basically we have to mention action. Okay, since there is no page here, right? So we are putting only header here, page, correct? So we have to put a action here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say okay, so clone change records. Okay, so let me say save. Okay, so record got saved. Okay, so we can clone the record. So now we haven't created any buttons, right? So we haven't created any buttons or something, correct?
Yes.
So we can manually check without using button also. What we can do is nothing but click on preview. Okay, for that which record we are going to clone. So there is no button, right? Button, if you are created a button, so internally it will take the ID of that particular record, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So records which are going to clone, so manually pass the ID like this.
Okay.
Okay, so manually pass the ID like this.
Question mark ID equal to ID.
Question mark ID is equal to ID.
Okay.
So it is this particular button. See here, it got created a new account and it redirected. Okay, so previous ID was something like this. See here, CZJ3J, but this is nothing but
Okay.
7OB. So this is how the page reference is used. Page reference is basically used to navigate to some other pages or some other records.
Okay.
Okay, if you see here, account got created here and contact also copied here. Contact also copied here.
Yeah.
So this is nothing but manually checking the this particular clone functionality. Let's say, so if you want to create some particular button.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to create those buttons and if you want to use those functionality, then how to do that?
Yeah.
So we have to create a button, right? So move to account, button links and actions, correct? So click on new button or link.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So here take
Custom clone something.
so clone custom. Okay, so here it is asking whether it's a detail page link or detail page button or list button. We will select a detail page button. Okay, so page button is nothing but something like this. These are nothing but a page button.
Yes.
Okay, whenever if you are saying a link, then basically something it will come like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I selected as a detail page button.
Okay.
Okay, so here there is a some behavior is there. Display in a new window.
Yes.
Or display an existing window without sidebar, with sidebar, or existing window with or without sidebar, or exhibit JavaScript. So we can say anything. Display new window means whenever click that, so it is going to open it in the new window.
Yes.
Okay, that is the difference.
Yeah.
So this is a very important content source. What is nothing but a content source? Okay, so content source are nothing but how we are basically invoking our controller. Okay, how we are basically invoking our controller, whether we are using a a URL, or whether you are using a JavaScript, or whether you are using a Visual Force page.
Yeah.
Okay, so currently in our case it is a Visual Force page, right?
Yes.
Okay, so whenever you selected a Visual Force page, so it is going to show all the related Visual Force page, so whichever using extension.
Okay.
Okay, whichever using standard controller equal to account and extension, that pages it is going to show it here. Okay, clear? So once it is done, so click on save. You clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so click on save. So now button is created. So now make sure we have to add those button in their page layout. If it's not there, we have to add it in the page layout. Okay, so click on buttons. So clone custom. Okay, clone custom. Save the record. So now, so no need of passing any ID here. If you just click on clone custom, so then it is open it here and it is automatically created. If you see the ID of both, so there is a difference in the ID, right?
Yeah.
So this is how we can use a clone functionality. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how clone is used. Okay, this is a one type.
Yeah.
So second thing is nothing but how to execute a just URL.
Yes.
Okay, so how to execute a URL? For that, passing that URL, so basically what we have to do is nothing but apex slash page name, correct?
Okay.
So apex slash page name, what is this? Clone child record. Clone child record is a page name, correct? So here ID equal to, correct? ID equal to something we have to say count dot ID. Have to pass something like this.
Okay.
Okay, so what it will happen, so account is nothing but a record, right? So ID. So here what it is happening, it is dynamically it is going to so dynamically it is going to substitute the ID over there.
Yes.
Okay, after that, so basically we can able to call those particular buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, so clear, right? So this is the ID. So now if I go back to our
Account.
account, okay, and if I click this one, the functionality will be same. So instead of VF page, so we have used a URL. Okay, so we have used a
URL. Okay.
clear, right?
Clear.
Okay, so and third functionality is nothing but JavaScript. Okay, on click of the JavaScript. Okay, on click of the JavaScript. On click of the JavaScript means, so whenever we are saying on click of a JavaScript, so basically we are invoking that particular functionality by based on the JavaScript. Okay, so we know, right, why we have to use a JavaScript. JavaScript we are using basically if you want to perform any like validation. Correct. If you want to perform any validation before or after the invoking that particular controller, so basically we have to go for a JavaScript.
Okay.
Correct. So whenever you are using a JavaScript button, so basically we have to add these two support library files. Okay. So one is nothing but a connection.js, one is nothing but apex.js.
Okay.
Okay, make sure we have to use these two library files.
Okay.
Okay, so what we are doing, so here we are calling those particular a page. Right, same like URL we are calling those pages. So before that we are doing some validation.
Okay.
Correct. So before we are doing some validation.
Yeah.
Click on save. Open those particular account. Okay, if you say clone custom, so it is asking, are you sure want to continue? If you say cancel, so process is cancelled. If you say okay, so it will create a new account. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how we can use the same controller. So in the sense, so how to call the Apex code, okay, by using custom buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, so why this is required is nothing but sometimes by using a custom button, so basically we are invoking the web service, so that's why I took this particular concept. Okay, so let's say account will be there, so here there will be one button will be there, push to SAP. Okay, so whenever you call that method push to SAP, basically we have to call a web service method and we have to send this particular data to a SAP server. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So that kind of functionality will be used in the these particular custom buttons. Okay, you clear, right, how to invoke a custom buttons?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of the main functionality. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, So this is list button is nothing but whenever we say list button, so these buttons we are basically creating it in the child object.
Yeah.
So and adding those things in the parent related list.
Okay.
Right? Let's say if I created any list button in the opportunity, basically that can be used in the related list here.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can't use that buttons like this, like detail page button, right?
Okay.
List button.
Yes.
This means that button it will be available in the related list. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So create it in the opportunity. So but it will be available in any of the parent page layout.
Yeah.
Okay, clear, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It will come here. The functionality will be same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the another thing.
Mhm.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so that is one thing, and okay, so clear, right? So now, so there is some scenario. Okay, so there is some scenario. This is a second example. Okay, so there is some scenario where we need to create some custom page. Okay, so where we need to create some custom page.
Okay.
Okay, so how to do that? So now if you come to this particular account, correct? So if I come to this particular account and if I click on new button, it is going to open a Salesforce standard page, correct?
Yes.
So it is going to open a Salesforce standard page, correct? So now there is a scenario where customer is looking for some customized page.
Yes.
Okay, so in that case how to do that actually? So for that, so basically we have to go for the same thing called extension only. Okay, so we have to create a page and we have to override that particular button with so these particular pages, correct? So currently the button is using the standard pages, so for that we have to override with a custom page.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so for that, so we'll create one class.
Mhm.
Okay, this class is basically for a contact. Okay,
Okay.
so create one class extension controller. Is I'm going past?
No, no, it's fine.
Okay, creating one class. Okay, so this is one class. Okay, so class does nothing. There is a one class. Okay, simple class. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will create one simple page. We know, right, how to create a page block section. Okay, so I am taking input field for all the contacts.
Yeah.
Okay, so input for the all the contacts and I am creating one save button.
Yeah.
Okay, here I am creating one save button. That's
Yes.
it. Okay, so create one VF page.
Mhm.
Okay, so create one VF page. I think we are already using this. Okay, so now assume there is one VF page is there, so it is having some fields, input fields, correct? Some logic is there in the controller.
Yeah.
Okay, some logic is there in the controller. This is a controller, right? So some logic is there in the controller. Okay, so what I will do, let's say code object. Okay, so page reference is equal to new page reference. Okay, so return. So return here. Okay, so save it up. So the return type should be page reference. Okay, we should not use a void. Okay.
Yeah.
So what it will happen now? So now this is a thing, right? So if you preview that, it is basically asking these many things, correct?
Yeah.
So if you go to our contact, so if you go to our contact, if you click on this new, so basically this is a standard page. Okay, I want to override this particular page with our this particular page. Okay, so how to do that actually? For that, basically go to setup, correct? So go to setup,
Go to
so
contact.
navigate to contacts,
Mm-hmm.
correct? So go to new buttons, links and actions.
Okay.
Okay, so which button we want to override that? So basically new button, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to new button. Where is new button? Here is a new button.
Edit.
Okay, new content. But what it is referring? It is referring the standard salesforce.com page. Okay,
Yeah.
so click this particular new button and select the second option, Visual Force page.
Yes.
Okay, Visual Force page. Select the VF page.
Yeah.
Okay, so which VF page you want to? So second one. Okay, save this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now if you go and click on new
Yeah,
button.
now you go back to contact and if I click on new button, it will take our page. Okay, so
Mhm.
our page. Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, select the account number. Source. Blah, blah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is how. So basically, where we can able to
Yes. Override a standard page from the our custom page.
correct. So standard page with the custom, custom page with some custom logic. Okay,
Yeah.
is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the one thing.
Can we also override this functionality of save button in case? No.
Save button. So hold on. So where is save button? No,
Save
save
button
button is
is
not
not
possible.
possible.
Save button is not possible.
Okay.
And also delete we can override.
Okay.
See, delete we can override. Save button we can't.
Okay.
See,
If we
save
want
button.
to make a override of save button, we have to make a custom button in that case.
We can put a custom button and we can save that. See, basically what it will happen once you click on save.
Yeah, it will save the record.
Yeah, it will save the record, right? So
But can we hide save button from the page, standard page?
standard page, I think it is not possible actually.
Just check once. I think it is not possible.
Yeah, because saving is a main functionality, right? So let's
Yeah.
say
But because that is on create page, no, and that create page cannot be modified in the layout.
correct.
Yeah. So it is not possible.
It's
Yeah.
not possible. Yeah.
Okay. Correct. And what about save and new? That is also not possible,
Not
right?
possible. Save and new, it is not possible.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to not modify, so if you want to do some custom logic, then basically we can create a custom page.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say if you want to fire some any business logic on once you click on save button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So no need of overriding the button. Let's say once you save your account internally,
Mhm.
let's say I will go to new button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So assume you want to fire some any business logic in the save button.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Once you click on save, it has to save the data in the Salesforce as well as you have to call on web service. Assume this is a functionality. Okay. So in that case, what we have to do, we can't use this particular page, right? Because it is a standard page, correct?
Mhm.
And also another thing, we can't write a this one what you called custom save button,
Okay.
because even though if you write a custom save button, so
But how you will put on a create page? That's the problem.
correct. So
Yeah.
we can't put it on the create page, right?
Yes.
So for that, what we have to do? So we have to build the entire page as a custom page.
Yes.
Correct. So
Mhm.
we have to build entire this page as a custom page. Okay. Once you click on save, create a button by using apex.command button, right?
Yeah.
So once you click on save, basically it will invoke some action method, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that action method, write your logic to call web service
Okay.
and save it up.
Okay.
Okay. So like that we can go.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the one thing. Okay. So think yesterday we were discussing about one more topic. Okay, this is a yesterday topic, we know, right? So whenever we are selecting the account, so we are populating that phone number field.
Yes, yes, we have discussed this example.
Yeah, yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. Buttons is done. Okay, so now another important thing is nothing but exception handling.
Yeah, that is very important.
Okay, so what is nothing but a exception handling? Exception handling is something that so runtime error is occurring. Okay, yeah, exception handling, it is not actually error. Right, so it is something like runtime error. Okay.
So for example, like 101 SQL query exception, then something user exception we can handle in try and catch like that.
Correct. See what it is happening, DML exception, let's say we are hitting more than 150 things, or you are trying to insert more than 10k records. These are nothing but exception. Okay.
Yes.
So there will be two type exception. Okay, so one is nothing but standard exception, and another one is nothing but a custom exception.
Okay.
Okay, so standard exception are nothing but Salesforce throws, like system throw the exception.
Okay.
Which we discussed just now.
Yeah.
So system exceptions are nothing but either say DML exception, or list index out of bound exception, or it may be say email exception or call out exception. Correct, limit exception.
So
list
these are all standard exceptions.
All are nothing but a standard exception. Okay. So whenever we know these exceptions are occurring, so basically we can handle like this. Okay. So how to handle the exception is nothing but try catch. Okay. So if we know the code is throwing exception somewhere, like just we're assuming. Okay. So we are assuming it. So let's say while inserting accounts, assume some, maybe we are just assuming like exceptions will throw. Okay, may it will throw, may not. Okay, that particular places. So basically we have to surround that particular code with try and catch. Okay, so why this try catch is required is nothing but, let's say now you use it insert account. Okay, after that there is a many more logics are there. Okay, so this is a now after 9th line, so there is another 1000 lines are there. Correct. So whenever exception happens, so basically the execution, it is going to stop it there. Okay, it won't continue the execution of that particular codes. Okay. So whenever we throw the exception, so basically it will halt the execution and it will stop it out. That's it. Okay. To overcome that, so basically we are going with a try and catch. Okay, what it will happen, what and all exception is coming in this particular code, so it will be handled here. Okay, so it will be handled here. Okay, so handled here, and it will proceed the rest of other execution. Okay, clear. So how to handle here? Assume, so if you are trying to insert account, okay, so some error has come, like mandatory field or something. So here we can process that account with putting all those things, right? Or let's say once you throw the exception, basically send some email. Correct. So send some email. That kind of possible things we are putting it in the catch block. Okay. That putting it in the catch block. Okay. So we can't put the try and catch everywhere. Okay. Why? Because sometimes, let's say if you account is not inserted, make sure it should not insert a contact, right? Correct. Some scenario. Because contact has to bind with some account.
Yes.
So in that case, so we should not use a try catch. Okay, or if we use try catch, so we can use one more statement called throw the exception. Okay, throw the exception is nothing but we have, so no need of proceeding that further. Correct. So once you insert that particular thing, so throw exception means we have to write it here. Throw exception. Here. So how we can do is nothing but, so what it will happen, so it won't continue the execution. Even though we handle the things, okay, so even though we handle the exception here, assume here another set of 1,000 lines are there.
Okay.
Okay, in this case it will execute all these 1,000 lines, either creating an account, contacts, sending email, so many functionality. Okay, so make sure some scenario we should not proceed the exception.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, so basically we can use throw exception. Okay, E nothing but this is the E. Okay, so throw E. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, in that case what it will happen, it will throw back to a caller.
Okay.
Okay, go throw back to a caller. Assume this class is invoked from the VF page. Then basically throw back to a caller means who? System. Correct. It will throw back to a system. So system will handle, and it will show a error in the our VF page.
Okay.
Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, so basically it won't proceed the execution.
Yeah.
Okay, try, catch, throw. Okay, it is in case of a what you call standard exception.
Yeah.
Okay, how to create a custom exception actually. Okay, so custom exceptions are something like like create one class, my exception, which extends exception.
Okay.
Okay, why? Because for all
Standard class.
for all exception, for all exception, either it's a standard exception or it is a custom exception, the exception is nothing but a standard class.
Yeah.
This is parent class.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can create our own exception, something like this. My exception, like my send email exception. Okay, send email, the error exception. Okay, so here invalid email ID exception, something like that. So we can write our own classes. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever we are saying catch, so we can check like whether it has come from this particular exception. Send email exception.
Okay.
Okay, we can throw like let's say it is something like if it is not happening, so some error is coming, some exception is coming, so throw like invalid email ID exception here.
Okay.
Okay, so in the caller basically he can also put try catch, and he can able to handle this.
Okay.
Okay, assume one class is calling the another class. Okay, so assume this is a class 1. Okay, this is a class 1. Okay, so this is a method 1. Okay, so this method is calling method 2 in the class 2.
Okay.
Okay, so class 1 in the method 1, class 2 in the method 2. Okay, so here we can write a try catch. Okay, here we can use a try catch. Okay, or here we can use in that try catch basically we can say throw.
Okay.
Okay, so if you use a throw, basically what it will happen, so it is throwing means it is throwing back to a caller, correct?
Yeah.
So who is the caller here? Caller is a method 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure we have to handle those things in here,
Where? In method 1.
method 1, because throw means it will throw back to a caller who called that method, it will throw back.
Yeah.
Okay, throw back. Okay, here we can handle those two particular error. If you are not handling it here, okay, what it will happen is nothing but it will back to a system. Okay, and system will handle automatically.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So that is nothing but a exception handling. Okay, so that is nothing but a exception handling. That exception handling, so these are the methods.
Okay.
Okay, exception class, these are the methods, so we can check what exactly happened. Get message, get message means it is showing the error message. Okay, like list index out of error, like that. Okay, get a type name. Type name means returns the type of exception, like DML exception or list exception or like that.
Okay.
Okay, so get a stack trace. Stack trace is something, so what it will do, it will return the entire execution flow. Like in this our case, if you say in the catch block, if you display the something like get a stack trace, so basically it will display like method 1, method 2, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it will give the complete execution flow, like where and all this call is came from.
Okay.
Okay, you got it right.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is basically the get stack trace method.
Mm-hmm.
Stack trace string. So it
Okay.
will give the execution flow or order of execution, that particular flow it will give, so that it is easy to debug, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why? Because if you are writing a big class, let's say one class is calling 4-5 classes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, something is happening in the second class. Okay.
Okay.
We won't come to know where exactly exception happened, right? It's a big code.
Yeah.
It's very hard to debug. In that case, in the catch block, if you are putting something like this,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense here debug, right?
Mm-hmm.
So debug, if you put something like this, okay. So it is going to display all the stack trace.
Okay.
You got it right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to display something in the debug log.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that case, so what it will happen? So it will display all the things like it is come from class 1 dot method 1, class 2 dot method 2, and it will hard
The
it there.
exact method where it is throwing an exception.
Correct, correct. It will come and it will show the point where it throw the exception.
Okay.
Okay. So wherever we are using catch block, right? It is better to write this one stack trace.
Okay.
Correct. So it is very easy to debug if any error has come in the production.
Okay.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that is how these methods are useful.
Okay.
Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is about the exception actually.
Okay.
Okay, clear, right?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me one thing, Suresh. So in account and contact, there is a master detail relationship, right? By out of the box.
Yeah, correct. So that is actually, it is a kind of master detail.
No,
Okay.
but if you see, go and see the exact field, it is showing the lookup relationship there.
Correct, correct. It
Why so?
see what it will happen is in one angle it behaves as a master detail. Okay.
Okay.
In another angle it behaves as a lookup. Okay. Why? Because let's say if I open any one of the account, let's say I will open a XYZ. If you see there is a one contact is there. Correct.
Yeah.
So if I delete this particular thing, this respected contact also is going to delete, right? Let's say if I delete this particular account, right? I deleted that account, correct? So
Yeah.
if you refresh this particular thing,
Mhm.
so contact also deleted, correct?
Yeah.
This functionality is nothing but a master detail.
Master.
Master
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
If I go to the particular account,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and there is no contact, right? So even though I can create a contact,
Mhm.
so without adding anything for a account.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
See here, this is our page, right? So if, let me remove.
So basically, account is not mandatory on the contact page.
Correct. It is not a mandatory.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not
That's
a-
why it is behaving as a lookup, and while we are deleting an account, it deletes the related context. So that time it is behaving as a master.
Yeah, correct. It is neither lookup nor master detail.
Okay. So we should say that it is master detail relationship only, right? Then account and
No,
contact.
no, we can't say like that actually. So we have to. This is an important question they will ask whenever we are facing an interview.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have to say it behaves is neither a lookup nor a master detail. They will ask why.
No.
So because if you are deleting an account, basically it will delete the contact as well. So this is nothing but a master detail functionality. Okay.
Okay.
Even though we can
Give an example why it is master data and why it is behaving as a lookup then.
correct. So even though we can create a contact, so without like using a account record. So
Okay.
let's say I can create a contact also.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Correct. So this is this is a like a lookup functionality, right? So
Yeah.
even though this is not a mandatory. So these are this is not only for contact, for some other record also we can do like this actually.
Okay.
Okay. So I think why they come up is nothing but so they came something like even though people can able to add a contact
Mhm.
without creating account and opportunity.
Okay.
Say why? Because assume so you are a some company employee, okay?
Mhm.
You are that same company employee.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep some record, of your record, then basically they can put it in contacts, right?
Yes.
So without adding account, because you are not any client or something. For client there will be account opportunity will be there.
Yeah.
If you are using in this that same company, so if they want to maintain your contacts in their
Especially
database,
if they want to treat you as an individual contact, then they will not use account. Right?
then they will not use account. Some they come up with some like thoughts, and they have disabled this kind of things.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is the thing.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go to the so we'll go back to the go back to the VF page.
Mm-hmm.
Calculator. Okay, so this is our calculator, right?
Yes.
So let's say 12 comma 0, and let's say division. So in that case it is throwing error.
So that is just a system error, right? System.
System error, correct?
Yeah.
So we haven't added anything here, correct?
Yeah.
Divide by 0.
Yeah.
There is nothing but a divided by 0 error. So how to handle this particular scenario?
Mm-hmm. How to throw a user-friendly exception? So
Yes,
that
user friendly exception. So for that, so basically we have to handle it in exception class, okay? And there is some functionality called apex dot add message, okay? Apex dot
message.
add message.
Okay.
So whenever using apex dot add message, so
Mhm.
then basically we can add our custom message to a user.
Okay.
So now we know it is going to throw a error in this particular code, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say I will handle it with the parent exception itself. So I don't want to check with the divided by 0 exception. So I will handle it with the exception. I know here it is going to throw exception, right? I want to pass a some custom exception message.
Six.
So
Yes.
there is something called apex pages. Apex pages is nothing but a class, okay?
Okay.
That class is having one method called add message.
Okay.
Okay. For that add message, so we have to pass a instance of this particular message object.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got it right?
Yeah.
This is nothing but a instance of this particular class.
Okay.
Okay, message class. So we have to pass something like this. Okay. So copy this particular code.
So now instead of showing that system exception, it will show this message.
Please don't enter number 2 as 0. Okay, and save the thing. This is how we are adding the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hold on.
Yeah.
Some okay, so now we have added a code in a controller, right? So we added some code in a controller, correct? See here, apex page message, add message, these kind of things, correct? So
Yeah.
but how to use those particular thing in the our VF page?
Yes.
Correct. How to add those particular thing in our VF page?
Mm-hmm.
So for that, so basically there is a one syntax is there in the page layout called page messages.
Page
Okay.
messages.
Apex dot page
Messages. Okay.
messages. Okay. So if you use this particular page messages, then only that particular thing is going to display it here.
Okay.
Okay. So then only it is going to
Display.
display it here.
Okay.
See here, warning. Please do not,
Mm-hmm.
number 2 as 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what I did, so I have added this particular code snippet in nearby divided button. So it is showing like this.
Yes.
So if you want to put it for any particular, like field or something, we have to put it there. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to put it here. So I want to put it at the end of the page. So put it here, end of the
It will
page.
display at the end of the page.
Correct. So it will display at the end of the
Page.
page.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say 12 comma 0. Let's say 12. See.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how these apex.page messages are used.
Use.
Okay,
Okay.
apex.page messages are used.
Yeah.
Okay, is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how basically how we can handle the error messages, and we can throw it back to a user.
Okay.
Okay, and throw it back to a user.
Okay.
When exactly these things will be useful actually? So now it is a throwing a abrupt error, right? So this is a like we are putting a 0, then it is throwing a error, correct?
Yeah.
So sometimes this is okay, this is fine. So it is throwing exception, so we are catching it up, and we are throwing back this particular thing, correct?
Yeah.
So whenever we have to do validation thing, correct? Validation.
Yeah.
Let's say user should not enter more than 5 character and all. This is nothing but a validation, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that validation, basically it won't throw any error, right? These are nothing but our validation thing.
Yes.
So validation thing also we have to check for those scenarios. If that scenario not matches, we have to raise the messages like this only.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to raise the messages like this only.
Okay.
So whenever click on save button, so basically it is throwing all these warning messages. So once you clear the warning, then only you can able to show those particular whenever we can able to what you called save the values.
Okay.
Okay, clear? Clear, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the same thing we are using for validation also. Okay. Next page messages we are using for validation also.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about the add message example. Add message. Okay. So another important thing is nothing but a wrapper class.
No, Suresh.
Yeah.
Let's stop here because wrapper class is a very important concept.
Correct.
So let's take it tomorrow. The wrapper class is something like if we don't have any relationship between the two objects and you want to fetch a data and display in a single VF page, then use wrapper class, right?
Correct.
So let's take this tomorrow.
Yeah, wrapper class is nothing but something. It is a container.
Yeah.
If you want to show it a mixed data, let's say account, contact, opportunity, 3 data you want to mix. In that
Yes.
case, basically we can't pass the 3 objects back to a VF page, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
So we in that case, so we need something other object, internal object,
Mhm.
which has to hold all these things.
Yes.
So that
Okay.
fine, no problem.
Okay. No problem. Chalo then. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Bye
And
bye.
one more thing I want to say.
Yeah. Tell me.
This Sunday and Monday I will be not available. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe we will start it on Tuesday because I have some my cousin's marriage, so I'm trying.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. No problem.
Okay. Chalo, bye then.
Chalo then. Bye bye.
Bye.